to vulnerability as one who, through wounding and the general mess of upbringing, life conditioning, and the whole shebang, believed that he had to hide away and cover up through sustained behavioral tactics, vulnerability. And it busted out all over the place in all sorts of dysfunctional ways in the prison that I was in, because I was just so terrified of vulnerability. And, you know, over the years, there's been a great falling and a falling and a falling through different teachers that I had who challenged me and, you know, hit me hard in many ways with the truth, with things that I didn't want to hear, with things that that hurt deeply, and caused a great vulnerability to start emerging. And at first, it hurt like hell, and the fire was terrible, and in so many different ways, you know. And then I began to realize something, that actually the sweet taste of vulnerability was far more preferable for me than, you know, anything that I was constructing, anything that I was coming up with, any strategy, any defense, any addiction, any of that stuff. You know, the sweet taste of vulnerability, and it got easier. It actually got easier, not because I was doing anything, but I was prepared to do nothing, of just kind of bear it. And then in this relationship, there's just such a vulnerability, you know, that it's not vulnerability anymore. It stops being vulnerability. That's the weird thing. It just becomes almost a state of being that would be called openness. Openness to the mind is vulnerability, but openness on the different level is just the way of things. There's nothing to close and there's nothing to open, but that is a journey, and it is a sweet journey, and it's a radical journey in so many different ways, because we're so programmed, we're so installed. My God. And so I've got these few lines. Unworthiness and shame is a heavy coat given to us by others, yet worn as our own. For freedom to arise, this coat must be removed and never put back on.